5 personal development steps to reducing adrenal fatigue. Now, some of these you've experienced in the Mind and Body 2 course, okay? So remind yourself by going back over the relevant meditation processes. The processes are there as a quick access route to your unconscious world, that to find what's ruling your nervous system, so that you know, people go about things in life where they don't feel that they're in control of things. They feel that something, even though they do a lot of work, they do a lot of personal development, that they still feel the same. Okay, so the key, as far as I have found, and as far as I have worked on over these years, it's always been about bypassing certain things and moving in to a communication with the nervous system. So, you know, this part of the mind and body that you've been doing, and the processes that that you've done as part of that, is a really fast track route to you connecting with that part of yourself. Okay, so what does that do? Well, it makes it a quick route, a very quick route for you to be able to work with your own system to settle some of these things and take some of that pressure off. So when you're impacted by something in life, it results in an automated memory. Okay, so that automated memory then triggers a reaction in the nervous system. And in sensitive individuals, that is a big message, or it's certainly a big part of your life. So you perhaps become anxious, even though logically there is nothing to be worried about, because you can't see what it is in the external world, what it is that's triggering an internal sensation or internal feeling. But because our nervous system is so alive in terms of our experience and how we feel it in life, it's sending us messages. So you may find that people tell you, you know, oh, pull yourself together, don't be so sensitive. Not possible. Okay, why is it not possible? It's because you're not intentionally doing it. Okay, you're not intentionally doing it. It's lodged in the nervous system. So you can relate it to this. You can relate it to the tree of life in terms of how the nervous system communicates with you. So, you know, you've heard me mention this before, which is all around the 1, 10, the 7 and the 8, in terms of the drama experience in life. So the drama experience of the 1, 10 in the victim, the 8 in the persecutor, and the 7 in the rescuer role. So people with sensitized nervous systems often find themselves in the rescuer role because they can feel the sensations of what's going on and how things impact your own world and other people's worlds. Okay, so if you can imagine, you know, if you imagine that within the tree of life, how your nervous system interacts with you in terms of finding its own persecutor, its own rescuer, and its own kind of victim, and how those things store as experiences through our life and register and stay there as a kind of warning system. Oh, we're coming against this energy again, we're coming against that energy again, and this is what our experience is going to be. So how does it tell us? How does it warn us that these are the things happening again? Well, that is how we experience it in the 9 vibration of the subconscious. And as you can see in this triangle, that's right in the middle. So if you just imagine, use your imagination for a moment, that this is this 8, 7 and 1, 10 is your nervous system moving things around. And the 9 sends messages to it. So the subconscious sends messages to it. So imagine it as this, the 30th path, sending a message to the persecutor frequency, or receiving from the persecutor into the subconscious. Imagine it as passing a message out into your role is in terms of feelings and the rescuer, and passing you back and forth pieces of information that you stored over your lifetime about rescuing. These aren't things that you necessarily consciously recognize. And imagine the the subconscious sending you messages about the victim. Okay, so where, this is happening again. This is an experience in our external world. Well, last time we experienced this, it sent us a message that we were the victim in that particular situation. So if you can imagine what your nervous system is dancing to consistently. Okay, so when someone says to you, pull yourself together, get over it, it's not something that's possible because you're not intentionally doing it. It's lodged in this information going round and round and round, and powered by this as the 9 vibrations. So the processes, the exercises, and the accompanying videos that you've been doing as part of the Mind and Body program, what has it been doing for you? Okay, well, it's been about tidying this up so that these messages out into your own system, into your nervous system, aren't so intensified. So what it then becomes is what it's supposed to be, which is your nervous system as your access to the deeper parts of your own internal world, okay, and beyond. So it gives you it gives you the access point into the rest of who you are. So imagine that giving you the access point into the soul, into a deeper understanding of life and how you see things. So then imagine how you're looking at life from here, which is the 110 as the whole self. So having a view, a very wide view of how life works. And if you are looking from this perspective, imagine what that feels like. What that feels like to have a whole perspective and a whole view of things. Well, imagining how that feels, what do you imagine that to be? Well, if you had a whole view of something, you would feel less judgmental about yourself and situations that you come across. You would feel less inclined to take things personally. You would see that sometimes how people interact with you has got nothing to do with you. As the rescuer, you'd think it had everything to do with you, that it actually has nothing to do with you, it's them. And so you learn from that perspective very easily to take things less personally. And as you imagine, if you can see the whole view, the whole perspective, what it is or what that means to your own system, of course, what that means is it's less pressured. Adrenal fatigue is all about pressure. Okay, it's all about the internalized pressure and pressure and pressure building in your system, mainly around this dynamic between the 8, the 7 and the 110. Okay, so as you've been doing the mind and body, absolutely it's about releasing this pressure so you can go deeper into who you are. So that works wonders with sensitive people, especially intuitive sensitive people. Why? It's because you're aware, you're in tune, you can feel. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid experiencing themselves, experiencing deeper parts. They rely on the external world to make them feel comfortable in life, and then if something is disrupted in that, they feel deeply empty and removed from that. But you are able to feel, you're aware, you're in tune, and it's something that people would love as part of their experience, but they don't have that head start that you have. So most people spend their life avoiding their feelings, when in actual fact the key to happiness is feeling your own feelings and emotions. That may not feel like it is all the time, but I promise you, as this eases up, it is. So what do people do when they're hiding from their emotions? What they do is they attack others to hide their own anxieties. Okay, they see vulnerability as some kind of abominable weakness. Little do they know that feeling and managing your emotions and experiencing them properly is absolutely the key to happiness. You have a head start. You can feel.